I don't have a way of turning off the volume on that phone. Somebody got it. Anyway, welcome to the Path Forward. It is Thursday, March 27th, 2025. My name is Cassandra Williamson, and we've got some stuff to talk about today. Are you ready? Okay. So let's do this. First thing I want to do is just say thank you for watching, whoever's out here watching, and whoever comes in later to watch. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. If you have news tips, you can just send them to me at this email address right there. Send it to me there. News tips would be greatly appreciated. And, you're always more than welcome to send me some ideas on what I need to be talking about. That doesn't necessarily mean I'll be doing it or use your tip, but I do appreciate that there are people telling me things and suggesting ideas to me. And I've got a few who do that, and I do appreciate it very much so. So, yeah, without mentioning names, thank you. Appreciate it. So let's just jump right in. First thing is, you should be going over to the website, cassandra-llc.com. Click on the menu button and go to the blog and read the blogs that are on that list. There's some things on there that you need to be aware of. One of them is a call to action, where you have to put in some comments on the Federal Register. It will close out on April the 11th. So you need to go take care of that. Okay, if you haven't already done so, please go and check it out. It's on my blog over on the website. And also sign up to be a member over there on that page. Okay, there's a subscription page just right underneath the blog link. Okay, now that we're called up, let's go take a look at the blog. I'm going to click around and share a couple of things up here pretty quickly. Try to get everything done as fast as possible. Okay. All right. So this is that page I was just telling you about. Okay. This is at cassandra-llc.com. And that's the blog page. You just tap in the /blog. But anyway, you can go see all the posts. This is the one down through here. The call to action is down there. You can go check it out. All of them. A lot of those images are AI generated, except for the one there with Master Sergeant Sabrina Bruce. So anyway, go check them out. All right. Let's drop out of that page and let's see if we're still sharing anything. No, we're not. We have to go back over and share. Not that one. This one. Okay, the next one, we're going to go to national news and then start hitting some stuff. This one, Donald Trump cuts off funding for the World Trade Organization. What to know? We need to be a part of these global organizations because obviously we are we're residents on the globe. That's for one thing. But this is came out from Newsweek, and the author was Gabe Wisnett. Okay, I wanted to mention that one and just show you some news that I saw today that stood out to me. Okay. That one. And I'm going to do one more here. Well, actually, several more. This one is from Rubio. Rubio says State Department has revoked more than 300 student visas. Yeah. Okay. This story is in Politico, and it was written by Ali Bianco today, this afternoon, 4:02 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. Eastern Daylight Time. All right. So I wanted to put that out there, because the next story is actually the one that is where this is all headed. Okay, they say things, and it's just a lead in to where they're going next. One thing here, one little thing here, little to some people. Then the next time around, it gets worse, and it gets worse, and gets worse, and it's worse, because here's the worst. Let me just stop sharing on this one. And then we're going to jump back over to here again and go down and share this page. All right. Well, I just saw that one. Hold on. I'm going to go right here. Nope, that's not it. Well, anyway, so let me just see. I think that's the same one I was just on, but no, okay. Here we go. And I'll go back over here. I'm doing all this by myself. I don't have a staff, except for the few people who are actually, providing information every now and then. So let me go up here and do this, share there. We're going to hit this story. The Trump team is considering blocking pro-Hamas colleges from having any foreign students. Yeah, authoritarian much, y'all. You get it? See the patterns here? I mean, you'd have to have blinders over your eyes not to see the patterns that are taking place in this country right now. Trump is emulating copying Viktor Orban and Putin and you name it, Maduro and different ones, and they're all copying him. I mean, they're going to play using the same old playbook, and the same playbook, by the way. And the reason I can say that with some authority is that Orban is part of this. Putin probably reads up on it, but I don't think he's been any actual in presence here in the United States to do anything. But Orban has been at CPAC, and all this kind of stuff. They are just taking the same playbook out of Project 2025 and just implementing it across the globe. If you don't see it, I mean, I can take you to the water, but I can't make you drink it, guys and gals and people, and they and them and anyone else out there watching this show right now. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing that one. Let's drop this out. And now we're going to stay on this theme of going after these colleges. The next one is actually I worked here for a little while, for about 5 years, at this next place in food services. All right. ICE detains University of Alabama doctoral student as government's college crackdown continues. This is from NBC News, written by Patrick Smith this morning at about 8 a.m. Eastern time. Okay. So, I mean, this is just continuing around the country. And I'm going to go over to the next one here. And this next one is going to be more along some lines that we want to be talking about too. So let me go here and share. Okay. All right. Here we go. This is from Slate, written by Christina Cauterucci. And so I've been saying this, and we've been saying this on this show from the very beginning, the first time we came back, okay, that what's going on in this country is very reminiscent of the 1950s under the McCarthy period of time when they had the lavender scare. This one is the new lavender scare. It's actually slowly being implemented in the exact same way it was back in the 50s, and late 40s and early 50s. People are being riled up and made to fear security implications of minorities, particularly LGBT minorities. Okay. They went after them then, they kicked them out. Then the states picked it up and started doing it too. And it became a wildfire that was hard to put out. And it took another 20 years or so before you could even say anything about LGBT people in federal government. Okay. So I don't even think it's the new lavender scare. I'm going to call it lavender knocked after Kristallnacht, because what's coming after the new lavender scare? Well, they're riling up so many people in this country against trans people that the lavender knocked is the next thing coming. That might be me, fear mongering out there. You can say all you want, but I'm going to tell you that if you think about the patterns that are occurring, that they're not going to be able to stop these people from harassing people just simply because they look trans or look like they're gay or lesbian or whatever. They're going to do it, and nobody is going to take a real effective stand against them. As a matter of fact, they'll side with the person who is actually doing the harassing. And I'm going to show you in the next story what I mean by that. Okay. Let me go back over here. I'm going to share this one. This is from a place that I've been to, a really lovely little place down on the coast. A cis employee was harassed by a customer who thought she was trans. Walmart fired her. You got that right. She has every right to sue. This was the Walmart in Lake City, Florida. Been there. Wonderful friend down there. I've even got family who lives down there in Lake City. I don't know them personally, but anyway, they live there. Got some family down there. And the Walmart there in Lake City, Florida, fired the employee, this woman who happened to be gay and happened also to be 6'4" tall, which is not unusual. But nonetheless, this person who's obviously recognized some kind of characteristic that said this person looked possibly trans. So this man went into the bathroom and yelled at her and all kinds of stuff, and everything like that. And when the employee brought it back up to Walmart, pointed out to them what had happened, but they fired her rather than going after the customer. I'm going to tell you something. Customers are not always right. That's what else can I say? This story, let me see. Markets Today, Greg Owen, and Walmart down in Lake City, Florida. This customer, Danny Day, they even named the customer. Oh my God, in this article. No, this is not the customer. It's the lady employee. Danny Davis, 6'4" cisgender woman, 7-year employee of retail giant in Lake City, Florida, followed into the women's restroom by a customer and verbally assaulted. Man, that customer was, and then Walmart fires her. That's horrendous, folks. That's just the beginning. We've been warning people about these possibilities. You're going to see this stuff accelerate. The more and more this stuff is brought up and trans people are targeted, they're going to move on after the next group that comes after that, because there aren't that many trans people in the country, really. Not really. I mean, what? 0.6% of the whole population is trans. Well, they're going to go after the next one after that, which they've already started. Yep. Pisses me off. Should you too. Let's go on to the next story. Now we're going to take up one that's local to me here where I am in Eastern Kentucky. Here we go. I'm going to share this one. And share. All right. This is from the great state of West Virginia. Okay. And let me get out of that. I don't need to share. Did I share it or not? I don't know if I shared it. Can't tell. Oh, allow. Okay. Yeah, it did share. It was covered up. Okay. This is from The Advocate. And West Virginia lawmakers today voted to overturn local protections for LGBTQ plus people. They had home rule initiated in the state for certain cities, and they could pay to participate in local or home rule. Well, many of those cities, Charleston, Charlestown, Huntington, Wheeling, Beckley, Summersville, different larger cities in the state of West Virginia, they had created some human rights policies within their boundaries for their people that protected LGBTQ plus people. Well, the West Virginia lawmakers say, no, we don't think you ought to have that authority. So they took it away from them. And the vote was pretty substantial. Okay. 20 passed out of their committee, whatever it was, overwhelmingly passed the bill. Oh, the Republican-dominated state Senate in West Virginia overwhelmingly passed a bill that would strip some local protections for LGBTQ plus people and other classes of marginalized people. Passed with a vote of 25-8. So there you go, people. That is Senate Bill 579. It revises the rules for local communities paying to participate in the municipal home rule program, which was passed in 2007. But now they're rescinding this part. They don't want you to be able to protect minorities. Yeah, it's just the beginning, folks, just the beginning. Okay, so let me erase this one. Let's get rid of that page, and I'm going to jump over to another one to share, the final one. And then I'll start talking about some other things that are on our blog site. Okay. Let me increase the size of this substantially. All right. First thing is I've signed up for the free part of Erin in the Morning, which is Erin Reed out of Montana. Her wife is Zoe Zephyr, who is the state representative there in Montana, the trans state representative of Montana. Well, Montana's, and I'm going to read directly from what she wrote this morning. Was it this morning? No, this afternoon, 5:26 p.m. So Montana's public bathroom ban has been signed into law. This makes it against the law for transgender people to use the bathroom according to their gender identity in the state of Montana in any public buildings such as parks, rest stops, the airport, Montana Capitol building, and more. Notably, there are 2 transgender representatives. I didn't know there was a second one. But anyway, that's cool. My wife, in full disclosure, who happens to be Zoe Zephyr. And then the other one is S.J. Howe in the state. So, yep, it's just the beginning, folks. So let me stop sharing that page, drop this thing down, and go back over here to there. And thank you for hanging on with me this far. So the next thing I want to call, I'm going to look at our blog page again, okay? And the reason for that is there's some big things coming up this weekend, some virtually, some of them are in person, taking place in DC Monday, which always on March 21st is Transgender Day of Visibility, Trans Day of Visibility, March 31st of every year. This year it falls on Monday, and there's some organizations that's going to be celebrating those events, or at least talking about them. And two of them that I want to point out that I know of so far, okay? And let me go down here. Where am I looking for? Okay, right here. I'm going to pick up one of these stories, go down through here to read to the bottom, the bottom, the bottom. The first one I want to talk about is Friday, tomorrow morning, March 28th at 10 a.m. at McPherson Square in DC. That's the address is right there on that picture you see on your screen. It's 915 15th Street, Northwest, Washington, DC. That's McPherson Square. It's just several blocks away from the White House, several blocks. As a matter of fact, it's about a block or so away from the Veterans Administration headquarters, too. So it's all right there together. But you can see this particular thing. It's coming Monday, and it will be this particular little event is live in person. It's an in-person event. It's being led by Minority Veterans of America. If you can look on the screen, you see that some of the representatives here, Black Veterans Project, Minority Vets, which is Minority Veterans America, Out in National Security, the Pink Berets, and TAVA, which is the Transgender American Veterans Association. These are all good groups to get to join, participate in. You can find them all over on LinkedIn or Facebook or whatever. Connect up with them. It's really important to stay in the loop, you know. So that's the first thing I wanted to mention to you. And I'm going to go back up to the next one, back to the top one on this list. And here. All right. If you haven't done so yet, got a phone ringing over here. If you haven't done so yet, go to this link and it tells you that. That's the call to action page. We just mentioned that to you. Let me go up and share screen again because it stopped sharing. Here. All right. So back on our blog post again. This is the most recent one called Fallout, No Shelter Needed, Just Standing in the Middle of the Street. Well, that's what I do. I stand in the middle of the street. I've done it from the very beginning. Told you how I got here, how I did that, and how I overcame any of those things within my mind. Now, obviously, you don't want to be stupid about it. There's some places you know better than standing in the middle of the street at, right? Really? You should. Anyway, so that's been me all along. And this is an AI-generated image, and I'm just going to say it. My friend is watching, is my dear friend, Captain Stingray, defending all veterans in the military. Go Stingray. That's not the real name, obviously, but, you know. And then another one down here I just couldn't, I had to do. A little levity here. A dear friend, this is a little caption I put on it. A dear friend who is always there with great words of wisdom and advice, who supports and defends all Americans, especially veterans and military. Thank you so much. These people typically do watch the show. Okay, this already talked about the Friday 10 a.m. event in DC. This next one is virtual. Go on my website, go to the blog, click on the register here, and participate in this. Or just, whatever they're going to be doing, they'll do it Monday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific time. It's a virtual webinar. You can go there and register off of my blog. Okay, so that's really the bulk of what I wanted to talk about today. I don't want to take much more time than that. I've already been going 20 minutes. You're kidding me. Oh my God, I just thought maybe I had 15. Okay, so let me see. Devana. Okay. All right, this is my cousin, and great respect for my cousin. She's a little older than me, so I've got huge respect. First cousin. I do disagree with your opinion on the colleges, World Trade Organization denying visas to my sympathizers. I don't agree with the DOD asking transgender service people to leave. Those service members are listed in good faith. A new administration, let me see, I'll have to read it from over here. A new administration, federally, state, or local, should not dismiss people simply because the new administration takes office. I personally witnessed that where I live, and it's not right. Well, Devonna, thank you. Yes. And yes, we can agree to disagree on those other things too. That's quite all right. But thank you so much. So, with that, just a reminder, I'll be on the air again tomorrow evening at 6. And for those of you who are wanting to know, my mom has been sleeping all day. My brother is struggling. He's got lungs are really hurting him badly all day, and he's had a tough day today. He continues to work as hard as he always does, and still tries to be as funny as he always is. And but he's been struggling really hard. So mom's comparatively all right. Just and my sister is fine. She gets up, moves around, cleans some stuff around the house, and takes her wheelchair back to the bedroom and watches Scooby Doo. Okay. That's the one she always likes to watch, is Scooby Doo. So and other shows. She likes watching some of those CSI programs and things too. And my cousin, cousin Lois, she's fine relatively, I think. Gets tired really fast, but otherwise she's up mobile and very cognitively there. Everything's fine with her in that regard. I know that she gets tired and doesn't want to go to the doctor sometimes, but whenever those kind of things happen, maybe that's when you need to go to the doctor. But anyway, just say it. And that's me and the story of what's going on here in the hills of Pike County, Kentucky. Okay.